for us out there. I am bringing this weekly Bitcoin analysis and a price target our way today as usual. You know, I want to quickly put us on the right, perspective on what to expect in the market in the course of the week. And so I want you to pay attention because we also will pay attention exactly to the facts that are on the chart. Now, let's move to our first chart quickly. This is a chart of Bitcoin on the daily time frame. Now, remember our focus are on the larger time frames. Our reason is because the larger time frames are more accurate, the larger time frames are more profitable. The larger time frames are the time frames that the institutional investors, traders, use in making of the analysis. So why not follow the smart money? If you want to make smart money, you want to make the big money, you want to make the good cash, why not follow the smart money? And we keep our analysis simple because our analysis here are based on facts. We do not dilly-dally. We don't look at sentiment. We don't give a damn about what the sentiment is doing. In fact, the sentiment is regarded as, sentiment in the market is regarded as a contrarian indicator. Imagine everybody talking about recession now. I wonder if it will happen. That doesn't mean it cannot happen, but most of the time, it is a contrarian indicator. Now, quickly to our chart here, you can see that I just drew a trend line here. And if you look at this trend line here, Bitcoin right now is breaking. This is a support trend line. Bitcoin is breaking below this trend line right now. And this is not a sign of strength. Clearly, it is a sign of weakness. And then if you look at the MACD is flat. The MACD is also showing signs of weakness. Listen, this is on the daily time frame. This is on the daily time frame. And then also, if you look at the RSI here, the RSI clearly is below the 50 line. Remember, I told us oftentimes, and whenever the RSI is below the 50 line, that means the market is still in a bearish territory. Above the 50 line, the market has moved to the bullish territory. Right now, the market is below the 50 territory for the RSI. The RSI is a momentum indicator. Weakness in momentum, strength in momentum. Right now, below 50 is what? Weakness in momentum. Okay, now let's go to the next chart. Clearly here, I want to keep it very simple for us. We are basing all our facts on the facts that are on the chart. Now, before I go, I want to point out something. Before I go to the next chart, I want to point out something for us here. If you take note, you look at this flat volume. Now, what does this mean in chart analysis? Whenever you see volume flat like this, that means there is an impending breakout. There is an impending move, either to the upside or to the downside. All right. Here again, you see that volume is flat. Volume is still flat. That means we are expecting a move, either to the upside or to the downside. Now, when I saw this close of yesterday like this, this was a very serious weakness. And I knew that we are going to be coming down today. The Bitcoin is going to be coming down today. So I was not surprised seeing Bitcoin coming down today. It would have been a very good short trade. Even a 50x would have been a good short trade. Please don't try that. If you don't trust yourself, don't try that. Don't try it. It's very risky, it's for purely professional traders. Now we look at our next target here. Our next target here for the price of Bitcoin is going to be the price of 16,780. That happens to be Fibonacci 0.6. That is where we're going to be looking at our first target for Bitcoin. In the course of this downtrend that the market is experiencing right now, our first target is going to be 16,780. That is Fibonacci 0.61. And then if this 16,700 cannot hold, then we should be keeping our eyes on the next target, which is going to be 16,549. That is going to be Fibonacci 0.5. Now, let me tell us something about Fibonacci 0.5. Fibonacci 0.5 is regarded as what? A deep retracement. Fibonacci 0.5 is regarded as what? A deep retracement. Now, anything below the deep retracement therefore means that the price has gone into the temporal bearish territory. That is what it means. It has moved into, that means there's a reversal in trend. There's a reversal in trend from upward trend to the downward trend. So we don't want to see Bitcoin coming below or closing below in the course of this week closing below 0.5 Fibonacci. If that happens, chances increase for Bitcoin to come down to a lower target of 16,000, 15,000, and probably 13,000 that people have been talking about, which yet for now, I have not seen the chart telling me if Bitcoin will go to those prices of 13,000. It is possible, but for now, the fact have not emerged on the chart yet, so we don't speculate. All right, let's move to the next chart. Now, here come the weekly chart of Bitcoin. This is a weekly chart of Bitcoin and US dollar. Now, look at how Bitcoin closed the previous week. Bitcoin closed the previous week in a very, weak pattern. This is a neutral pattern. Usually, I told my student, whenever you see, a neutral pattern at the top of a trend like this, remember, just know that price will come down. Now, these are not things that we have to be probabilistic about. Most of the time, 75% of the time when we see this, at the top of a trend like this, then we know that price is reversing. If you see below a trend, then reversing to the upside. So when I saw this close of the week like this, I knew that we are coming down. Again, I moved to our target, 16,700. We're keeping eyes on 16,700, and we're keeping eyes on 16,500 in the course of the week. And what we don't want to see is a close below 16,500. And remember again, look at on the weekly chart, volume also is flat. What does this mean? And penny move is ahead. All right, let's look at the chart of Bitcoin on a monthly time frame. On the monthly time frame, you can see that we have about 19 days for the month to come to a close. Right now, this is the body of the candle that this month has given so far for Bitcoin. If you look at the body of the candle, it's small compared to this, and we want it to close small like this. If it closes like this, that means in fact, if it closes bigger than this, what that will mean is that the sell momentum is still in charge. The bears are still in charge, and that means Bitcoin price will move further to the downside. But for now, we want to see it close like this. Then we see smaller body close like this. What it means is that there is a loss of momentum from the part of the sellers. And what next are we expecting? Price will reverse back to the upside. That is what we will be expecting. Now, if you look at also on the monthly time frame, you notice that the volume also has been flat, has been decreasing so far from since the month of September. Volume has been decreasing. So what does that mean? Once again, and pending move is around the corner. Now, if you look at our forecast for this week, we point out that Bitcoin is likely to be a bit bearish for the week. Now, let us see the cause of that. Now, the cause of Bitcoin likely being bearish for the course of the week, this is the dollar index on a weekly time frame. You can see the market showing signs of recovery. If you look at the daily time frame of the dollar index, you will discover that there is a bullish divergence. So likely we are going to see some little bounce here for the dollar index in the course of this week, causing Bitcoin prices to plummet a bit to the downside on a very short term. Take note on a very short term. Why am I saying on a very short term? This is why I'm saying on a very short term. Because on a monthly time frame, of the dollar index is still what? Very bearish. And where are we seeing here? We're seeing this line here, which is going to be serving at the support around 95, 94. And if you look at the MACD here, clearly sign of weakness on a monthly time frame. What the fact on a monthly time frame shows to us far more important than the smaller time frames. There are no fake out on the monthly time frames. And then if you look at the RSI here, from the oversold territory, it's moving down to settle, and that is going to cause quite substantial movement to the downside for the dollar index. But for the now, on the weekly time frame, what we see here is just a temporal movement to the upside. So Bitcoin is going to experience just a short-term move to the downside before reversing back to the upside. I want to say a very big thank you to Ross for watching this video. Please remember to like my video, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and turn on the notification bell, and you receive our videos real time as we upload them. Our content here is purely educational. If you follow us, you will learn a lot. Thank you very much. Bye for now. See you in my next update. And remember, I almost said Henry.